The Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and Marshfield Children's Hospital are proud to honor the WIAA Scholar Athletes of 2020. 32 outstanding individuals whose hard work, dedication, and leadership have led to exemplary high school careers and a valued service to their communities. The WIAA 2020 Scholar Athlete finalists represent high schools from all corners of the state, and it is our distinct privilege and pleasure to introduce each of them to you. We begin with the first of our 16 4.0 students and the first of 2 scholar athletes from Aquinas High School in La Crosse, Kayla Bahr. Ranked first in her class, Kayla has lettered 9 times for the Blue Golds in volleyball, basketball, and softball. She's a member of a 2-time state champion basketball team. In her nomination essay, Kayla writes, "There were tough games where the competition was extremely hard or nothing seemed to be going my way. But in those times, I knew all I needed to do was give my best effort and out-hustle everyone else on the court or field. I also knew, no matter what, my teammates had my back. I could count on them in every situation because we could work as a team and respect one another." She plans to attend St. Norbert College to study biology and play softball. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Kayla Bahr. Our next honoree is from Wisconsin Dells and Wisconsin Dells High School, Laura Beghin. Laura has earned 7 varsity letters with the Chiefs in cross country and track and field. She was named to the South Central Conference first team in cross country for 4 years and was a team MVP in cross country 4 years. In her essay, Laura writes, "I have learned how to work for what I want. I have learned to prioritize between academics, workouts, and personal activities, and I will understand for the rest of my life that what is important will always go first. Finally, I've learned there is more to life than sports, that life is not just this moment, but a collection of the many things that make you happy." Laura looks forward to studying exercise physiology and participating in cross country and track and field at Portland State University. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Laura Beghin. From the southwestern community of Platteville is Izzy Carroll. A 4.0 student ranked first in her class, Izzy has earned 11 varsity letters for the Platteville High School Hillmen in volleyball, basketball, and track and field. She has received Southwest Wisconsin All-Conference First Team honors 3 times in volleyball and has twice earned Team MVP honors. In her essay, she writes about what playing competitive sports has taught her. "I have learned how to control my emotions and perform under pressure, how to push myself mentally and physically, and how to trust my teammates and the process it takes to reach a goal. If you want something, you must put in the time and effort because only you can get you where you want to be." In the fall, she will further her studies at UW La Crosse, where she'll participate in track and field. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Izzy Carroll. From the community of Berlin, representing Lourdes Academy, is Caden Shire. A 4.0 student ranked first in his class, Caden has collected 11 varsity letters with the Knights in football, basketball, golf, and track and field. He's been named to the Trailways All-Conference First Team twice in football and has also received 2 team MVP honors. Writing about his athletic career, Caden says, "A high schooler's athletic career is a little taste of life in the real world. You must work hard and be persistent to succeed, but you may still fail. You can't let that stop you, but instead learn from those failures and keep getting better." Caden will attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison to further his studies in biomedical engineering, pre-medicine. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Caden Shire. Our next Scholar Athlete is from Elkhorn and Elkhorn Area High School, Devon Davey. Devon has earned 11 varsity letters with the Elks in soccer, basketball, and track and field. He received Southern Lakes All-Conference First Team honors twice in soccer and earned 2 team MVP honors. In his essay, Devon writes, "Many times in sports and school, mistakes and tough losses happen that will put your mental toughness to the test. These challenges have taught me how to fight through unexpected circumstances that happen both in sports and in life. If you make a mistake, what truly matters is how you respond to that mistake, learn from it, and move forward." He will major in neuroscience and behavior and participate in track and field at Columbia University in New York City. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Devon Davey. Our second Scholar Athlete from Onalaska and Aquinas High School is Zachary DeGroot. A 4.0 student ranked first in his class, Zachary has lettered 9 times for the Blue Golds in cross country, wrestling, and track and field. He's a member of a 2-time state champion cross country team. Zachary writes, "Change in a person only occurs when they're outside their comfort zone. Hard practices and competitions for cross country, track, and wrestling put me outside of my physical comfort zone. AP Chemistry and AP Calculus put me outside of my mental comfort zone. All of these combined struggles transformed me over 4 years into a strong, driven young adult." This fall, Zachary will further his studies at UW-La Crosse. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Zachary DeGroot. From the community of Waunakee outside of Madison, our next award winner is Dotzler. A 4.0 student, Anne has earned 8 varsity letters with the Waunakee High School Warriors in cross country, basketball, and soccer. She's been named to the Badger North All-Conference First Team in cross country and has been named a team MVP in basketball. Anne writes about being positive. "High school is what you make of it. Each day that I walked through the front doors or stepped onto the court, I had a choice to make that day a positive or a negative one. The greatest lesson I've learned in my high school career is that it is so important to have a positive mindset, no matter the circumstances." She's going on to study biomedical sciences at the University of Iowa. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Dotzler. From Edgar, representing Edgar High School, is Marissa Ellenbecker. Marissa has lettered 10 times with the Wildcats in cross country, basketball, and track and field. She is a 2-time individual state champion in cross country and a state champion in the 1,600 meter and 3,200 meter run. Marissa has been selected to Merriwood All-Conference First Teams 4 times in cross country and has been named a team MVP 6 times. In her essay, Marissa writes about believing in yourself. "I became the first girl to win 4 individual Merriwood Conference championships and the 12th girl in state history to win 2 individual state championships. If I didn't believe in myself, this would not have been possible. Never giving up, having good time management, and prioritizing are important, but if you don't believe that you can do something, it just won't happen." She will major in elementary education and participate in cross country and track and field at Minnesota State University, Mankato. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Marissa Ellenbecker. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha sends us Luke Fox. A 4.0 student, Luke has lettered 11 times with the Crusaders in football, basketball, baseball, and track and field. He is a member of a 3-time state champion football team and has been selected to Classic 8 All-Conference First Teams twice in football and twice in baseball. Luke has also earned 3 team MVP honors. In his essay, Luke writes, "Aiming for perfection is an admirable trait, but no person is perfect, and therefore one must be satisfied with the knowledge that he did his absolute best to achieve his goal, even if he fell short. I'm beginning to see that the process is more important than the end result, because this is where character is built." This fall, he will major in biology and play baseball at Duke University. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Luke Fox. From Muskego and Muskego High School is Brittany Helm. Brittany has lettered 10 times with the Warriors in cross country, basketball, and track and field. Brittany is a member of a 2-time state champion cross country team and a state champion relay team. She has been selected to Classic 8 All-Conference First Teams 4 times in cross country and has earned 2 team MVP honors. In her essay, Brittany writes about balance. "The greatest lesson I've learned throughout high school, juggling both athletics and schooling, would be the importance of dedication and balance. I understood that I could be the best by setting high goals and achieving them over time. All that I have achieved is due to my commitment to the things that will make me most successful in life." Her future plans include attending UW-Milwaukee in the nursing program and running cross country and track and field. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Brittany Helm. From northeastern Wisconsin on the shores of Lake Michigan, Marinette High School sends us its very first statewide Scholar Athlete, Katelyn Kitzinger. Katelyn has lettered 11 times with the Marines in cross country, basketball, and track and field. She's been named to Northeastern All-Conference First Teams 3 times in cross country and once in basketball, and has 7 team MVP honors. Katelyn says, "While learning plays and moves is important, I believe that it is the intangibles like hard work, discipline, persistence, and passion that truly outline success. I've learned to look past negativity and always maintain a positive attitude because that is an aspect that can ultimately determine the outcome of any situation." This fall, Katelyn plans to attend UW La Crosse to further her studies in the medical field. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Katelyn Kitzinger. From East Troy High School is Tommy Larson. Tommy has lettered 11 times for the East Troy Trojans in cross country, wrestling, and track and field. He is a 2-time individual state champion in wrestling and has been named Team MVP 3 times. In his essay, Tommy writes about winning a state title in wrestling with a shoulder injury. "Through all of my athletic experiences, my biggest takeaway is learning to push through adversity. That night before finals, I wasn't even sure I would be able to compete. I thought about how I would look back at this moment, and I didn't want to regret anything. This motivated me not to give up and to push through adversity, and this will stick with me later in life." This fall, he will attend Cornell University to major in electrical engineering and participate in wrestling. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Tommy Larson. From Frederick, we have Logan Lillehaug. A 4.0 student, Logan is a 6-time varsity letter winner for the Frederick High School Vikings in basketball and golf. He's been named to the Lakeland All-Conference First Team in golf 3 times and has earned Team MVP honors 5 times. In his essay, Logan writes, "Winning and losing come with any game, but the opportunities school sports have provided for me have been an amazing part of my high school experience. Sports have helped me learn that through hard work, dedication, and practice, and by being part of a team, there is so much a person can accomplish." He will attend the University of St. Thomas this fall to study business and finance and participate in golf. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Logan Lillehaug. Mineral Point High School sends us Isaac Lindsay. Isaac has lettered 11 times with the Pointers in football, basketball, and baseball. He has been selected to Southwest Wisconsin Activities All-Conference First Teams 3 times in football, 3 times in basketball, and twice in baseball, and has earned Team MVP honors 5 times. In his essay, Isaac writes, "In this age of smartphones and internet access, many adults have a hard time finding a balance between work and their home life. I believe that managing the hours in my day between practices, games, weightlifting, and homework has helped to prepare me for what I will face when I begin my work career. I will be more prepared to find a healthy balance, and I believe that I will lead a better quality of life." He'll attend the University of Nevada, Las Vegas this fall to major in business, sports management, and play basketball. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Isaac Lindsay. Our next student athlete is from the village of Birchwood in northwestern Wisconsin, Matthew Marcinski. Matthew has lettered 10 times with the Birchwood High School Bobcats in cross country, basketball, and golf. He's been named to Lakeland All-Conference First Teams 4 times in basketball, 3 times in cross country, and 3 times in golf, and has earned 10 Team MVP honors. In his essay, Matthew writes about losing at the state cross country meet. "From this particular experience, I learned that if you want something in life, you need to make your move and go get it. In this world today, you cannot wait or hesitate to make your move or someone will pass you. The lesson I'm taking from this is you need to go all in 100% every single moment that you are alive." In the fall, he will attend UW Green Bay to study accounting and participate in cross country. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Matthew Marcinski. Representing Kimberly High School, our next scholar athlete is Alec Martzall. Alec has earned 8 varsity letters with the Papermakers in football, basketball, and track and field. He's a member of a state champion track team. He has been named to Fox Valley Association All-Conference First Teams in football twice and has earned 2 Team MVP honors. Alec writes about persistence in the face of injury. "I could have quit or given up because of a few hardships, but I didn't. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. I believe that if you respond well to situations you have no control over, you can persevere and be successful in life. In the fall, he will pursue a degree in business and participate in track and field at the University of St. Thomas. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Alec Martzall. From Colfax High School, our next WIAA Scholar Athlete is Camry Meredith. Camry has lettered 12 times with the Vikings in volleyball, basketball, softball, and track and field. She has been named to Dunn St. Croix All-Conference First Teams in volleyball 4 times and basketball 3 times, and has been honored as Team MVP 8 times. In her essay, Camry writes, "Practice makes perfect is only a concept. In reality, practice makes better. Practicing a skill is not about perfection. In sports, as in life, honing a skill is valuable because becoming better at anything is a reward all its own." She'll continue her studies in exercise science and play volleyball at UW River Falls. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Camry Meredith. Our next honoree is from the town of Washburn on the shores of Lake Superior. Charles Motif. A 4.0 student ranked first in his class, Charles has earned 11 varsity letters with the Washburn High School Castle Guards in soccer, basketball, and track and field. He's been named to the Indian Head All-Conference First Team in soccer. In his essay, Charles writes, "Participating in high school sports has helped me grow, not just as an athlete, but as a person. One thing in particular I've learned is that there will always be unexpected obstacles, and it's necessary to learn how to overcome them. If you let these obstacles stand in the way, you'll never realize your full potential for success." He'll attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison to major in business. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Charles Motif. Representing Cedarburg High School is Maya Novak. A 4.0 student, Maya has lettered 6 times with the Bulldogs in swimming and diving and track and field. She's been a state finalist in swimming for 4 years. Maya writes, "Swimming has pushed me out of my comfort zone physically and mentally. I've learned to thrive amidst adversity and to push through any hard practice or race in order to learn from my mistakes and become a better athlete and person. The important lessons I've learned in and out of the pool have shaped me into the person I am today and have prepared me for life after high school." She heads to the United States Naval Academy to study chemistry and compete in swimming. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Maya Novak. Divine Savior Holy Angels High School in Milwaukee sends us its first statewide scholar athlete, Jaden O'Brien. Jaden has earned 9 varsity letters with the Dashers in cross country, basketball, and track and field. She's a 2-time state champion in the 300-meter hurdles and a state champion in the 100-meter hurdles. Jaden has been named to the Greater Metro All-Conference First Team 3 times in basketball and has earned Team MVP honors 6 times. In her essay, Jaden writes, "I have learned that listening to my coaches and parents is difficult, yet so important. I am very driven and at times want to push myself more than I probably should, so it has been important for me to learn to listen to those who have more knowledge and are looking out for my best interests. Learning to listen has helped me achieve great things." She will attend the University of Notre Dame in the fall in the Physician Assistant or Business program and will participate in track and field. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Jaden O'Brien. Our next scholar athlete is from the southwestern Wisconsin community of Wauzeka and Wauzeka-Steuben High School, Jacob Richmond. Ranked first in his class, Jacob has earned 11 varsity letters competing for the Hornets in cross country, basketball, and baseball. He was named to Ridge and Valley All-Conference First Teams in cross country 3 times, and in basketball and baseball once, and named Team MVP twice. In his essay, Jacob writes, "Life skills such as leadership, respect, dedication, and teamwork will allow me to be successful in the classroom and furthermore in the workforce and community. I feel that sports have molded me into the respectable individual I am today, and I know for a fact that my involvement in athletics has done nothing but benefit my character and personality." In the next stage of his life, he'll attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison to further his education in biology pre-medicine. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Jacob Richmond. From the northern Wisconsin community of Mercer and Mercer High School, here's scholar athlete Aubrey Schaineman. A 4.0 student, Aubrey has earned 11 varsity letters with the Tigers in volleyball, basketball, and track and field. A state champion in shot put, she's received Indian Head First Team All-Conference honors twice in volleyball and has earned 5 Team MVP honors. Aubrey writes, "I am not a natural athlete. I've had to work very hard to accomplish all that I have, but without those around me, I never would have become a successful student athlete. And the reality is, after all is said and done, it doesn't matter what I've accomplished. The mark you make on people, with being the person you are, will be the only thing that is remembered." She will attend Carthage College to double major in elementary and special education and compete in volleyball and track. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Aubrey Schaineman. From the central Wisconsin town of Stratford and Stratford High School is Max Schwabe. Max has compiled 11 varsity letters with the Tigers in football, wrestling, and baseball. Max is an individual state champion in wrestling, a member of a 2-time state champion wrestling team, and a member of a state champion baseball team. He has received Team MVP honors 3 times. Max writes, "Being defeated in sports or receiving a bad grade has taught me that to ensure success, one must be completely dedicated. This holds true both in the classroom, on the field, and on the mat for me. The most important lessons that I've learned from high school athletics and academics are respect and leadership." He will attend Minnesota State University Mankato to major in mechanical engineering and participate in wrestling. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Max Schwabe. From Cochrane, Wisconsin, representing Arcadia High School, is Lindsay Sendelbach. A 4.0 student ranked first in her class, Lindsay has collected 11 letters with the Raiders in volleyball, basketball, and softball. She's been named to Cooley All-Conference First Teams 3 times in basketball, twice in softball, and once in volleyball, and has earned a Team MVP honor. In her essay, Lindsay writes, "Throughout my years, I have grown more confident in stepping up into a leadership role, whether it's in the classroom or in the court or field. One of my favorite lessons learned through sports and academics is being able to work with many different types of people. With team sports and group projects, I had to adapt to the different personalities and find the best way for us to work together. As years went by, it got a lot easier." This fall, she will major in accounting at UW-Eau Claire. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Lindsay Sendelbach. Our next honoree hails from Wausau and Newman Catholic High School, Lauren Shields. Lauren has lettered 11 times for the Cardinals in volleyball, basketball, and soccer. A member of a state champion volleyball team, she was named to the Merrillwood South All-Conference First Teams twice in volleyball and twice in soccer. She has earned Team MVP honors 5 times. In her essay, Lauren writes about the lessons learned from being a student athlete. "I've learned how to manage my time well, lead in tough situations, and work hard to achieve my goals. Most importantly, I've learned how to be patient in my growth as a young woman. I've become inspired by failure, encouraging toward those around me, and driven to make a difference in people's lives." Lauren will major in communication sciences and disorders and compete in volleyball at UW River Falls. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Lauren Shields. Our next honoree is also from Wausau, Mark Sipple. A 4.0 student ranked first in his class, Mark has lettered 9 times for the Wausau West High School Warriors in football, hockey, baseball, and track and field. He was named to the Wisconsin Valley All-Conference First Team 4 times in hockey and twice in football, and has received Team MVP honors 4 times. In his essay, Mark writes, "Being able to view humanity through the lenses of a student and an athlete has allowed me to come to the conclusion that no matter who you are or what your circumstances are, everyone makes a difference. Everyone has their own special superpower. And the people that go through tough and exhilarating experiences with you are the ones who mean the most." Mark will further his studies in civil engineering and play football at Michigan Tech. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Mark Sipple. La Crosse Logan High School sends us their very first statewide scholar athlete, Zach Slevin. A 4.0 student ranked first in his class, Zach has lettered 11 times for the Rangers in cross country, swimming and diving, and track and field. He's earned Mississippi Valley All-Conference First Team honors 3 times in cross country and has been named Team MVP 3 times. In his essay, he writes about lessons learned from losing. I realized success at the highest level is not achieved by putting immense amounts of stress on yourself. Races are indeed important and should be treated that way, but the journey that gets you there is just as important. Enjoying teammates, coaches, and supporters that you are surrounded by is what allows for success and what I've learned to cherish. He'll attend UW La Crosse to further his studies in exercise science and participate in track and cross country. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Zach Slevin. From the town of Taylor in western Wisconsin is Lauren Steen. Lauren has lettered 7 times with the Blair-Taylor High School Wildcats in swimming and diving and softball. She's been a state finalist in swimming for 4 years and has earned Dairyland All-Conference First Team honors in softball 3 times. She's been named Team MVP 7 times. Lauren writes, especially in smaller areas of the state, it's not uncommon for entire communities to rally behind their athletes. From pep rallies to fan buses, they provide a level of support that is second to none. A gracious abundance of encouragement that can never be repaid. With so many great people standing behind you and your team, you're always working towards something greater than yourself, which is something I will value for the rest of my life. She will further her biology studies in the paramedic technician program and play softball at Madison Area Technical College. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Lauren Steen. From Ellsworth, representing Ellsworth High School, is Charlie Stahl. Charlie has earned 10 varsity letters with the Panthers in cross country, wrestling, and baseball. A member of a state champion wrestling team, he was named to Middle Border All-Conference First Teams twice in cross country and received Team MVP honors 4 times. In his essay, Charlie writes, "One of the most important lessons I've learned is being accountable. It is one of the most important to me because it is a lifelong lesson that will benefit me in all areas of my life. Being accountable is important in so many ways, but most importantly, it shows your peers that you are reliable and you can live up to commitments." He will attend Augsburg University this fall to study accounting and finance and participate in wrestling. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Charlie Stahl. From Oconomowoc and Oconomowoc High School is Alex Vance. A 4.0 student, Alex has accumulated 7 varsity letters with the Raccoons in cross country and track and field. He has received Classic 8 All-Conference First Team honors 3 times in cross country and has been named Team MVP 4 times. Alex writes about work ethic. "Whenever I felt like putting off studying or cutting off-season mileage short, I could eradicate these feelings by remembering that any effort I put into schoolwork and training would be repaid later in the form of success. I've been fortunate to be surrounded by teammates who embrace the same mentality, who have inspired me to push myself beyond what I previously thought possible. I hope those around me will be inspired by my work ethic." He will attend the University of Minnesota to major in accounting and compete in cross country and track and field. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Alex Vance. From the northern Wisconsin community of 3 Lakes is Courtney Volk. A 4.0 student at the top of her class, Courtney has lettered 10 times for the 3 Lakes High School Blue Jays in cross country, basketball, and track and field. A member of a state champion relay team, she was named to the Northern Lakes All-Conference First Teams in cross country 4 times and earned Team MVP honors 6 times. Courtney writes about trust. "You need to trust the process, your coaches, teammates, teachers, and yourself. Without trusting and believing in myself, I never would have been able to accomplish my personal goals. Without trusting my teammates and coaches, we would not have received state recognition on the track and learned how to be resilient. Trusting the process is the first step to success, but this is only achieved through hard work and dedication." This fall, she'll study biology at UW Milwaukee and participate in track and field. 2020 Scholar Athlete, Courtney Volk. Our final honoree hails from the small town of Mount Hope and River Ridge High School, Skylar White. A 4.0 student, Skylar has earned 11 varsity letters with the Timberwolves in volleyball, basketball, and track and field. She's been named to the Six Rivers All-Conference First Team 3 times in volleyball and 3 times in basketball, and has been honored as Team MVP 3 times. In her essay, Skylar writes, "I've learned through my athletic and academic experiences that communication and balancing time play very important roles in life. Being able to communicate and work together as a team to achieve a common goal is what can make you stand apart from the rest. Communication is a key to being a good leader." She'll attend UW La Crosse this fall to major in education. 2020 WIAA Scholar Athlete, Skylar White. Congratulations to all 32 of this year's WIAA Scholar Athletes.